So recently, or depending on release, in a little while, I was talking about video games, and when we had a whole conversation about video games on the podcast. I did want to bring this up. I was playing a new video game that I was playing the other night, and the opening screen came up. And you know how you go through like 50 landing page screens for all different stuff? Here's this maker. It's on this engine. It's all these things. And then what's one that you always get?
I mean, the press start screen, or
it's before that.
The secure, like the accept terms thing.
Yeah,
before that.
Ooh,
the studios.
How big is your screen? How big is your screen, or the brightness and darkness?
Nope.
Okay,
I'll just say it.
Thank you. I mean, there's a lot of screens.
Seizure warning.
Oh,
right.
yes.
Seizure warning.
Yes,
came up.
Yeah.
This one, I had enough time to read the last part of it. Usually, I'll be honest,
where it's like, this game may have scenes with flashing lights that will affect some players if you feel...
Yeah.
The
warning, this game may affect blah, blah, blah. It had all of that stuff. At the very bottom of it, it said this. And I stopped and I read the thing again.
Good.
And I wrote it in my phone to come and tell you boys.
Wow, thank you for letting us know.
So, full screen warning.
Yep.
This game has flashing lights and sequences if you feel these things, if you have all these things, blah, blah, blah. At the end, it said, if you experience seizures or convulsions while playing, immediately stop playing and consult a physician.
Yes.
Yeah,
The fact that it said immediately stop playing, it made me stop. I was like, wait, hold on. The idea that they were like somebody at the game studio was like picturing someone going, right? Like they're having a seizure, but they're like, I gotta hurry up and beat this game.
Yes.
That is hilarious. They're like, let me get to save. I will say this. I know someone that has seizures.
Yeah.
And this is weird. Like, she'll watch like a movie and she'll be talking. She's like, yeah, I'm having some seizures. And I'm like, really? She's like, yeah, I had like 15. And so I don't think it's what we know of seizures. I think that there's different versions of them.
Petite seizure.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know if it's a petite seizure. Maybe it's a petite.
It's not grand.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not a grand seizure.
So maybe it's like, you're like, but you can still play it.
You don't want them stacking.
Yeah, but like you're playing and you're like, oh, I gotta hurry up and finish this level because they're building, right? But I just, as soon as I saw it, I just pictured somebody being like, this game's great, but like, I don't know, it like gives you this weird headache.
Yes.
And then it makes you like shake and vibrate. It's very strange.
And then I wake up and my mom is crying over me and my wallet's in my mouth.
My wallet's in my mouth. Somebody has like maybe spilled something on my pants. Right? I played this game. I remember there was one level that was really hard. I bit the tip of my tongue off. It was because I didn't have the wallet.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, like it's a pretty great game.
It's
a very great game.
Yeah. Good controls.
The controls are tight.
Yeah.
Because I'm also gripping the controller extremely tight.
Yeah.
In fact, I can't move my hands out of this shape.
Yeah, I kind of broke a couple of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then other than that, I don't remember how it ended.
Yep. Or the beginning.
In the middle stuff is it's fuzzy. It's fuzzy. It's hazy.
But good.
It's hazy.
Good game.
I just remember liking the game.
Yeah.
There was one part that was really cool. I saw myself as a child. And then little child me was gesturing towards a tunnel of light, saying, come, come. And I was like, where's this game going?
I think the game teleported me to the hospital. Because I woke up in the hospital.
Yeah, and then I always think like, oh, great, this game's going meta.
Yes.
Right? Like, I'm like, because that's so popular in all these games. All these games have to have that level where you start to get a really bad headache, you hear a high-pitched whine, and then suddenly your child self is telling you to go down a dark tunnel into a big, big light.
Yep.
It's and it smells like my grandma. It's very weird. I don't understand this game, but it was really fun. I liked it a lot.
It was a fun game.
Yeah.
I will say also, before one of the Marvel games, I don't remember if it was Guardians of the Galaxy or the Avengers game that came out within the past 3 or 4 years, there were warnings. There was a warning of this game features scenes with either spiders or robotic spiders. So if you have arachnophobia,
Wow.
and I'm like, I
Kids
understand.
these days. Woke games.
I understand the photosensitivity warning. I'm a little like an eyebrow is raised for the
yeah.
arachnophobia warning.
To be fair, the woman I'm married to.
Yes.
Arachno?
I want to say Kalina, not Arachno.
I want to say Ariadne.
Oh, sorry. That's the Spider-Man villain.
I take you, Arachno, to be my lawfully wedded spider villain.
It is beautiful.
It is. Yeah, sex is weird. So many legs.
You know what? I don't remember the end of it.
Yeah, I don't remember the end of it. I just remember when we make love, this big bulbous like sack around it, and I don't know what's in it, but sometimes it undulates.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's annoying because she always bites off my head
I
afterwards.
know. She bites my head off. It's weird. She talks about, I hope I'm pregnant. Yeah. It's fucking weird. Anyway, but it's good though. It's worth it.
Hot.
Yeah.
You know what they say about crazy girls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll bite your head off. So, no, she is so arachnophobic. She's terrified of spiders.
Yeah.
I think half the reason she married me is so I would take care of them.
Yeah.
Right. And now it's fun because Finn is getting old enough.
Yep.
Where he will
Has to help.
sometimes has to do it. Like
Yeah.
Kalina will just freeze in the hallway. She's like, there's a spider, there's a spider. And then Finn will have to come over and do it. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't mind killing a spider or a bug or whatever. I'm not one of those people that's like, scoop it up and put it outside. You
Yeah.
know, if it's cute,
Yeah, if it's a ladybug.
scoop and free.
Yeah.
This not cute. You kill it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So I'm taking a hard stance, viewer listener.
Do you have a saying for the scoop thing? Like, does anything rhyme like scoop and blank when you put it outside?
No, I don't really come up with the situation often. It's mostly kill it. It's mostly kill that ugly thing.
Yeah.
But it is a thing, and she will freak out. And if we're watching something that has a spider in it, it's not good unless it is a tarantula.
I was going to
because
ask if she was okay with Home Alone.
For some reason, tarantula is okay.
What if she saw one in your house?
I know. She would freak the fuck out. She's full of shit. I'm divorcing this woman. Arachno, we're done. And
Arachno no more.
yeah, exactly. Iraq, no way. Which is what I said when we wanted to go to a war in Iraq. So I'm all over the place right now. Some say the third episode in a row that we record tends to be the loosest and the goosest.
See, you got a phrase.
That's yeah. Well, that one's about hating geese for the race of them. They're
How about
goosest.
this? Because you know how you always, when you put a bug outside, you pat it on the head? You know how we always do that?
We
Yeah, of
all do
course.
that.
How about that? Beep, beep.
Yeah.
Scoop and boop.
Scoop and boop.
You know what I mean?
Perfect.
Yeah, it's hard to pat a bug
Or
on
a
the head
scoop
without...
and swoop, because then you put it outside and a bird goes, "Ooh."
I was going to say,
Lunch.
it's
Yeah.
so hard to pat a bug in the head without smushing it completely, you know?
Yeah. Or it biting you.
Yeah, I'll say the other scoop and boop is when Chuck picks me up to like oh, we're gonna go run errands, and I'm like, hey, you gonna give me a scoop and boop, and he's like, I sure am, and he'll pick me up.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's
it is. How does he get the paper under the cup when he picks you up?
I have to jump.
Oh, okay, yeah. But no,
One,
she
two.
Kalina, if it's a regular spider, freaks out if she sees it in a movie or something, or in real life. Oh God,
Yeah.
it's silly, right?
I'll also say I think they were robot spiders in the game.
Robot spiders,
Arachnobots.
She's really usually okay.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is, like, it's at a point where Finn will be like, "Oh, if we see a spider," she's like, "You got to come and see." He'll be like, "Oh, come check it out."
Yeah.
She's like, if it's big enough, like a mechanical thing, she's totally fine. She's like, it's so fake.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
Like Wild Wild West when you guys watch that?
Right. And
Yeah.
she's clutching me. She's clutching me. Yeah. But that was because there was an African American cowboy.
Yeah.
She didn't know how to parse that in her mind.
right.
She had a seizure.
Because like historically, many.
Yeah, it's true.
True.
But they didn't have the je ne sais quoi of a Will Smith.
They lacked
You
the
know?
Smithness.
Yeah, I've got to say, tried watching that movie with Finn. Doesn't hold up.
I don't know if it ever was up.
I've never seen it.
I guess, yeah. The entire, like, isn't it funny that Kevin Kline is in women's clothing for the first time we see him? boy, that goes on for a long, long time. It really does. It got uncomfortable.
I'll say I wasn't allowed to watch it. It was too wild.
You could see Wild West.
Growing up, I probably could have seen West.
Okay. Mild West.
Yes.
I will say one great thing came out of that. The single Wild Wild West.
That's a good single.
That's a good single.
Yeah. That's
a
the
fun
era
one.
of Smith where it was like he does a movie and then he does a hit song
Yep.
that's at the end of the movie.
Yeah. Desperado. Remember that part?
Of course.
Is that where we are in this podcast?
That's where we are today.
Where we're the real
Chris-
version of Chris
Farley
Farley?
show.
Yeah.
A lot of my thoughts revolve around that show.
Yeah.
You know what I am scared of though?
What's that?
Just because we're gonna button this, I'm sure. I do have a fear. Centipedes. Centipedes are
Scolopendra.
really scary.
I mean, listen, most bugs are scary. I think sometimes of like just you take any standard bug that most people would be like, it's fine.
Yep.
All you got to do, you ready? Pick a bug that you're like, if you saw that like crawling on your arm, you're not going to be like, ugh. You might be like, oh, okay.
ladybug.
A ladybug.
I was gonna say, like
Or
a
caterpillar.
common housefly.
A housefly.
Yeah.
All you have to do to understand what they really are, make it the size of a small dog.
yeah, I know.
It's not good.
No, it's not good.
It's disgusting.
I agree.
Anytime you see an up close of a bug, no matter what bug, you're like, oh, it's fucking horrifying.
Yeah, exactly.
It is the face of hell.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, every bug. It's like even a cute ladybug. To like really look at what a ladybug is doing, you know, get a close up on that ladybug. You're like, it's hell.
Yeah.
It's a hell.
They do that sometimes with like those micro cameras and they'll put up pictures of it.
Yep.
And it always is like, oh yeah, I saw Alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what it is.
Oh, look, it's got like mouth fingers. Cool.
They're all moving.
And also finger mouths.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good. Yeah. Oh, its bones are on the outside of the body. Okay.
Yeah, millipedes or I don't know which one is
Yeah,
more
man.
common to see in your house, a millipede or a centipede.
Probably a millipede.
I think the centipedes are like this long,
Yeah.
like they're big.
There's different
Girthy.
species of both of them.
Yeah. Oh,
There's-
the ones that are horrifying, that are similar to that, and I don't remember the specific
An
name.
earwig.
I don't
Oh,
think it's an
earwigs are
earwig. They're
hilarious.
gross. No, it's got all the legs.
Yep.
But they're longer, like spider leg almost. Right, and there's a bunch of them, and they're longer, and it's just they're in like houses. I think it's called like a house centipede or something,
Silverfish.
something like that. I believe that's what
Yeah.
they are. I remember the apartment that my mom had right before I went to. I moved out, and I got an apartment with friends. So that last apartment that had like silverfish in the summer. I hate them. I
Yeah.
hate them so much because they're on a wall. They're the ugliest bug. It's gross. And then they are so fast.
Yeah.
And they don't hang out for you to slowly get up to it to squash it.
Yeah.
They know it's coming.
Yep.
And the worst thing would be like I'm gonna fall asleep in bed. There's one on the wall. Let me try and kill it. Oh God, it got away.
Yep.
Because they're so fast.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I'm supposed to just go to sleep
Yep.
in the room with this thing who's now mad at me. I would lay there and I'd be like, it's on me, it's on me, it's on me.
Yeah.
I hate those silverfish or whatever they
Yeah.
are. They're the worst because they exist to fuck up your day.
Yeah.
That's it.
Millipedes, I'll get one once in a while, like maybe like once every like 3 months in my basement. I'll see one, and if I can't get it in my basement and
Yeah.
my room is on the second floor, I have the same feeling.
Yeah.
That it just went. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It just crawled under my.
It went to
shit.
go get the friends.
You know what I bought? I bought one of those things. It's actually made for not letting heat or air out. That slides under the door when it
Oh,
has
yeah.
the big things
Yep.
on both sides
Yep.
to prevent those things from coming up the stairs.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Unfortunately, they've learned to open doors.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Real
Once you get
Jurassic
enough
Park
of them
raptor
together,
situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
they started working on like taking form.
Yes.
Like a human form.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, it's weird. Jordan disappeared for a while and then came back. He was a little different when he came back.
Yeah.
Like, had lost the ability to speak for a while, but now he's,
He speaks in like
Yeah.
kind of noise. Like
don't-
it sounds like 1,000 bugs.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Speaking about the Will Smith of it all
Of course.
and bugs, Vincent D'Onofrio
Oh, Oscar. Give him an Oscar.
in Men in Black,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
insane.
Yeah.
The physical work alone is just like, hey, D'Onoff, you win, buddy. You
Dude.
did it.
You did enough.
But there's no
Ooh.
way that when Men in Black came out, which might have been 99,
Yeah,
98, what do
Yeah.
you think?
Somewhere back there.
Yeah.
I don't, as 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds, no way could we appreciate that.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
That had to be a thing later in life.
We've talked about this in previous episodes. The those phrases that stick with you from a movie. Sugar water is one that always sticks with me. Sugar water.
It makes me want to watch it again, honestly.
Yeah, sure.
Because I'm like, I don't know. It's so good.
Watched it with Finn. It was great.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it was
fun.
really great. And then you don't have to watch any of the other ones.
Yep.
You can just watch the first one and go, that was cool. I bet they did go on more adventures. I bet those were equally as cool.
Yep.
Before we open the episode 20 minutes in,
Yeah. No, I think
Last
we
thing.
go all the way.
last thing. Speaking of Men in Black, do you remember when Sony emails were leaked?
Yes.
By-
me. I mean,
Korea?
Somebody crazy.
Yeah. One of the emails that was leaked.
Kalina.
Kalina. North Kalina.
No, South Kalina.
Oh, Arachno?
South Kalina. Arachno's North Kalina. Yeah.
Man, North Kalina and South Kalina is a very
Yeah, that
funny
is a fun idea.
that
Yeah.
will not fly in the Harrington household.
Yeah,
maybe it
why
will.
not?
I'll float it.
Yeah.
I'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Next time she's like, turn that light out in your office. You're not even in there. And I'll just be like, oh, he's living in a North Kalina regime. Here.
Yeah,
You know?
that's funny.
Yeah. She's a bit of a light Nazi. So
She'll like
it's a thing in the house.
I was thinking about, so the Sony leaks, one of the leaked emails was about them trying to develop two series coming together. And it was Jonah
Oh,
Hill
right.
and Channing Tatum from 21 Jump Street
Yeah.
into becoming Men in Black.
I'm in. I would
think
watch the
that'd
shit
be
out of that.
fucking funny.
Yes.
I think 21 and 22 Jump Street are such great comedies.
Yeah.
I think they're so much fun. And the world of Men in Black for those two characters.
Easy.
What are
it's,
you kidding
It's a
me?
slam dunk. The pitch alone is just you say that. You know what I
It's
mean?
great.
That's it. Yeah.
It's so good. Oh,
yeah.
man.
And you know what? It's 2025. Can we get a Women in Black?
There was a Women in Black. Oh,
There was a woman in Men in Black.
Yeah.
we none of us, I'm sure, saw it. Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
And Valkyrie.
One
Right.
Marvel.
Tessa Thompson. One of
She
us.
was the Men in Black.
One of us saw it.
She was a woman in Men in Black.
No, she was one of the two main people.
Right, but
No,
the,
I
the-
know. Oh God.
The
damn
move.
it.
The movie was not. It was still called Men in Black.
Oh, I
International.
thought you were like, she's a background character, blah, blah, blah.
No, she's a woman working for the
MIB.
MIB, which is Men in Black. That's what I
Okay,
was saying.
I see.
I say we get Women in Black.
Yeah.
All right.
You
and
know?
then Chris Hemsworth could still be in it, but he's a man and women in black.
Exactly.
Yes.
See
There you
now,
go.
you're-
Now I'm
okay,
getting
all
it.
right.
Now
If we were closer, I'd high five you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're there.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Funbearable. We are 18 minutes in. I'm Brad Rohr.
I am Ray. Just call it Black Pete. No, Harrington.
And I'm Chuck in Black, Staten.
Wow.
How's that? That's
Hey.
funny.
Good.
That's a good movie.
Oh God.
Here comes Chuck in Black. Not and, in.
It's
No, I know.
it's
Okay.
what he always wears.
Yeah,
wear
you
blue.
are Chuck in Black right now.
I am right now,
I,
actually.
I
That's
will
good.
say, just briefly, Kalina is a Nazi about lights, or she's just a light
Oh,
Nazi.
yeah, yeah,
Ah, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
good.
She's
Good
a
stuff.
light Nazi.
Yeah, she has strong feelings
Yep.
about lights.
Okay.
Being on or off.
How does she feel about the purity of the race?
Oh God, she has. We haven't really gotten into that kind of thing. You know what I mean? We don't really. That's not something we talk about.
You
often.
bring it up softly, like, hey, Arachno.
Yeah. How do you feel? And she's always saying like that. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't know. If she gets really mad, she spits venom.
I love this idea that she's a spider. I gotta say, I have a little bit of lightophobia too, where I'm just like, I think growing up with my dad,
Yeah.
who was always like, turn off the light, you're not in that room, turn off your light. I think I'm like that as well.
Yeah.
Where, so in Rhode Island, Jordan, is my roommate, my buddy of a long, long time. he leaves lights on. There's one in the living room that stays on, and 2 in the kitchen that stay on all night. And I'm like,
see, I don't truck with that. No.
I'm like, and I get the idea of night lights, and like in my house in
And
New
light
York,
nights.
Yeah, in my house in New York, the whole downstairs would be pitch black if we didn't have this one light. But I can turn down the brightness to like the lowest amount, and
Totally
it's
fine.
warm. That's fine. But we have 3 lights downstairs on every night, 24 hours a day.
There's a small light over our kitchen sink,
That's one of the ones we use.
and it's a small one that stays on 24/7 essentially, because that's just like it lights up everything that you might need to go do in the kitchen in the middle of the night.
Exactly.
Everything else we turn off. That's fine. But like my office is off to the side, and I'll leave a light on in my office because it's dark in there,
Yep.
right? And if I am going through to grab something or whatever, or when I come home, I use that
door.
side
Yep.
door, right? And she turns the lights out. She'll just go in and turn them out, and I'll go back in. I'm like, I wasn't done.
Yeah.
I'm working at my desk. Right, I came out and did a thing real quick, and I'm hanging out, and like I gotta go do this,
Yeah.
and the lights off, and then I'll come home from shows, and it's like midnight, 1 in the morning. I'm like, I just come in, everybody's asleep. I finished up. I drove. Maybe I drive 2 hours back from a gig, and it's 1 in the morning. I didn't even get to eat dinner,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna guiltily have something light before I go to bed and feel like shit, that kind
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
And then opening the door and walking into a dark room.
Yep.
Bums me out.
And
Yeah.
and she's like, all right, where should I store all these pots, pans, and symbols?
Right, yeah. And then I come in and I hear her like that with the legs. You know what I
On
mean?
the
I'm like,
ceiling.
yeah, like, where are you cleaning? And she's like, have you seen the last 10 seconds of Denis Villeneuve's movie with Jake Gyllenhaal that I'm forgetting?
Enemy.
Enemy.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, that was me coming home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Those are the only 10 seconds I saw. Very confusing.
I hated it
You know
so
what?
much.
I didn't like Enemy.
I watched the whole movie, and it was very confusing.
Well, here's what I loved the first half of that
Yeah.
movie.
Me too.
Where I'm like, this is engrossing and interesting. Where are we going? And then I liked everything up to genuinely like that last shot.
Yeah.
And I was so mad about it because first off, I'm not scared of a spider or something. Something about that was genuinely unnerving.
Can we please
It
tell
was
the,
the
audience?
way it like creeps back. Okay,
they probably
so-
haven't seen Enemy.
Spoiler alert for Enemy, a film that is like 15 years old.
And also not highly publicized.
Yeah.
Most people probably haven't seen
it's
it.
Denis Villeneuve, who's amazing. One of my favorite directors.
Did the Dune films?
yeah, those are
yeah.
my those are fine. Those are my least interesting like Denis Villeneuve
Right,
movies.
that's where most
Yeah.
people would know.
You were saying Denis Villeneuve, and he said, do that. And I thought you were going to say, do the Villeneuve. I was like, that's good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that.
But yeah, so this movie starred Jake Gyllenhaal, and it's there's an element here that's like slightly non-realistic dream logic is happening
Yeah.
within this movie. Essentially, Jake Gyllenhaal, I guess the crux would be he sees someone in a film that looks just like him
Yeah.
and wants to figure out what that is, right? And that it's very interesting in the examination of self and da 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 da. And there's
A lot of great scenes in general.
Sure, and he's commitment phobic with the woman that he's with, his wife, and he feels like trapped in this scenario. So the end moment that we see is so on the nose allegory or metaphor to use, like a visual representation
Yeah.
of how this character is feeling. It's so obvious. When I saw it happen, I was on a plane and I watched the movie, and when it was done, I was like, I was so pissed.
You're doing the emergency exit door
Yeah,
to
I'm
jump out.
yanking
Yeah.
and cranking on it
So-
because it's freshman year film school, like, and then this happens.
So I got to be honest. I don't remember the whole movie. I remember the double. I remember like the phone booth.
Yeah.
And I remember also kind of like you being like, oh, this is fun. We watched it as soon as it came out digitally. So it probably was like 13 years ago.
Yeah.
What did the spider represent at the end? Because I don't really remember. Like when you said the commitment phobic thing, I'm like, I don't even remember that.
Okay, so he's struggling because he's also, I believe he's having an affair, or he begins to have an affair with his doubles partner.
Oh,
I can't
wow,
remember
okay.
specifically.
Okay.
But he does seem, she wants to have a kid.
The wife or the
wife.
affair?
The wife wants to have a kid, and there's a subtext here of like he feels like he's trapped in this relationship in a way. Like he doesn't not love her, but I think it's this idea of like, is this who I am going to become? This
Yeah.
is for life. You know, that feeling. Okay,
Yeah.
fine, examine it. I don't give a shit. Part of it was also he felt like his double was living a better life than him, right? And so that end moment, he walks into the bedroom, and the wife had just walked in there.
Yep.
And the big moment is just there is now a gigantic spider in the corner of the room, like on the ceiling corner.
And it's the first time there's ever anything like that in the movie.
Yeah,
just so
exactly.
people get
And
it.
kind of recoils a little bit. The spider like moves back a little bit in a very realistic way. It didn't scare me, but it creeped me out. I didn't
me
like
too.
it. It was just unsettling.
Yeah.
Which is that's what it's supposed to be.
Right.
But that is supposed to represent he's now caught in this web of this relationship. Her being pregnant is like an animal thing of like in the bug world, the insect kingdom. You know, the spider is like we joked about previously, like, you know, biting the head off after sex. You know, just wants to procreate. It's that feeling.
Yeah.
But it was also an adaptation of something else. So it wasn't Denis Villeneuve's writing.
Right.
And I guess if that's in that story, you kind of have to have it in the movie.
Yeah.
But it was just like, all right, fine.
And also, just so the audience understands, that scene with the spider thing is like in place of a conclusion to the story.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
one of the things that's also
Frustrating.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's a very strange moment.
Yeah.
Did he do Nightcrawler or no?
Denis Villeneuve? No,
Yeah.
he did not.
Okay, because that came out like a little bit before that.
Yeah.
And I also found it to be a little bit unsatisfying, but a very good movie.
Yeah, but that ended
otherwise.
with Jake Gyllenhaal turning into a giant worm.
yeah.
Wait, and then Jake went on to fight Spider-Man.
Arachno.
This is all coming together. This is all coming together.
This is a spidery episode.
The JGU.
Yeah, we need to have a warning at the beginning of this episode.
Yes, we do.
About
Craig-
those spiders.
Craig put in, the spider talk.
You know what? Make that warning like as unmissable as possible. So bring it up, but like flash it. You know what I mean? Like really quick flashes of a spider warning. I think that would be okay,
Yeah.
right?
You know what I was always scared of a lot? Remember Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark?
Yes.
And there was one
spider
girl
girl
who had
with
the
the
spider eggs that
Whoa.
blew out of her cheek.
The picture's disgusting.
Scary
Those pictures
Stories.
are so scary. Those pictures are scary.
Did you see the movie Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark?
No, I did not.
I mean, you have to go into it understanding that it's probably for like families. I wouldn't say children, but families to watch.
Yeah.
I liked it in terms of the way they captured the aesthetic of Halloween. They really like the fall and Halloween. And some of the monsters are fucking those paintings come to life.
No,
There's
thank
one
you.
that's all like very fat and like weirdly proportioned, and it's like coming down.
Okay, but what's scary about that?
But
what is scary about fat and weirdly proportioned?
and it's coming down the hall. And like there's, you know how there's like sometimes in a hall there's like a light that flashes, then the next one flashes, the next one, and it's doing that, and it'll jump forward, and I'm
Yep,
like,
yep.
it. Even though it was a family movie and there was not obviously no gore, no blood, terrifying, terrifying. I think it's fun to watch in the Halloween season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was that reminds me there was a fun situation at Barnes and Noble recently with my legal child,
All right.
Finn. You know, he's 11, and for some reason he got it in his head he wanted to read a scary book. That was
You
his
talked
choice.
about this a little bit on the
Did I?
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. Did I talk about the scary stories to tell in the dark part of that?
No,
though?
I don't think so.
So I was like, "Oh, you want a scary book to test the waters?"
Yep.
You should read Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. He's like, "Nah, those aren't even scary." I'm like, "They're not?" And
Why don't you tell him in the dark?
yeah. And I was like, no, they're not. Okay, well then let's get one then, right? And I'm like nudging him towards it, you know, because I'm like, I read them. I was younger than you,
Yeah.
And so he's like, no, they're not scary. They're not scary. I wouldn't be scared of that. And it became a like test of wills together,
Yeah.
where we're both like bluffing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I don't want to scare my kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also, this kid needs to acknowledge that this is scary. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it got to a point where I was looking for the books in Barnes & Noble. I'm like, oh, they're probably over in the kids section in in here? And he's like, I don't think they would be in there. And it became like a stubborn thing between the two of us, like fighting it. And I was like, they are in this section, I guarantee it. And he's like, no, they won't be here, right? Like he's testing, he's pushing boundaries. But it became a thing where I dug in. I'm like, really? I will give you $20 if I don't find them in this section. Like we're two bros.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I found him in that section. And he's like, yeah, whatever. Okay, fine. They probably put him there by mistake. He's doing that. Wow, this is actually giving me an insight as to like, I think I've learned some ways through dealing with Finn how to deal with some of the relationship stuff that comes up in this podcast.
Yep.
It is an interesting.
It's weird.
That's funny.
It's weird
Yeah.
when he hand waved it away of like, oh, they probably put it there by mistake. I'm like, oh, that seems like something Chuck would say.
I would, but I know I'd be being a dickhead.
Yeah.
Well, you'd be cheeky about it.
Yeah. I do that a lot to Brad. I do that all.
Yes,
like,
he does.
I'm not kidding. Every time we talk, I probably do something like that.
Yes, there's often a thing where I'm right and he hand waves it away.
Yeah. It's but no. So we found him and then he didn't do it. But I was like,
Yeah.
you don't think it's scary? And I just flipped through and just showed him some of those pictures.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's fine. But it is a thing.
He's backing up.
Yeah. No. So that's
He's like,
It is-
Dad, why do you have a ribbon around your neck?
Oh yeah, my head's gonna fall up. And you know what's funny? I flipped through it. If you do go back and look at those, so much of it is horseshit.
Yep.
So much of it, guys, I don't think it really happened. No, that's not what I mean. So much of the scary stories to tell in the dark are just like the story equivalent of copyright-free standards for music.
I think a lot of them are too.
They are.
It's all the what are they
Folklore.
called? Yeah, that's what it is.
They're all folklore things that didn't. There's a bunch of them in the books where I'm like, that's like a campfire story.
Yeah.
thing.
Absolutely.
It's.
I'll say I was
What
in,
a con.
I was in third grade, and our reading teacher, we got the pit in the library, little seating area. I
pit?
know we call it the pit, but really it's a
Don't
big
throw
circle.
me in the pit.
And it's like tiered seating.
Oh, this was just after the Blitz,
Yes.
right?
Remember
And
when you
that
were
was
standing-
that was when a bomb had gone. off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when you were standing at the edge and that guy just stomped your chest in?
Yeah. to be fair,
yeah.
I had come to deliver an ultimatum about the war between our countries.
Man, I just remember that period of time you talk about it. It's just so high contrast, I think is what I would say it is.
In slow motion.
I fell in
Yeah.
slow motion. Yeah.
Wow.
But I,
Was it also extremely homoerotic?
always.
I could never get into Gladiator because of those visuals. I just was so turned-
Gladiator?
Wait, not Gladiator.
300,
300.
yeah.
I could not get into it because of that whole like the entire movie is green screen.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I turned me off 100%.
I liked that one because that choice was a part of making this thing because
Yeah.
it was based on a comic book and it's
Yes.
essentially panel for panel.
Yeah.
But then, unfortunately, Zack Snyder was like, "So that's what you want for everything?" And then it just became all that for everything. I'm like, "Oh no! It was interesting
Yes.
to do it this way."
I liked Watchmen but that's also like
That's not
it's
Zack
so
Snyder.
heavy contrast. It's a different thing.
Yeah, no, that's very different.
Yeah,
that's
I
very
think-
very
no,
different.
No, I'm sorry. What am I doing? I'm so.
That's why I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
I know, not Watchmen. I don't know what's wrong. I'm very preoccupied with the phone call I just got.
Yeah,
I'm very
the
very
results from
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is Sin City.
Oh,
That's
yes.
the different thing.
Oh yeah, that works.
Me too. I
That
think so
works,
completely.
Absolutely. I don't think that was Snyder though, was it?
No, it was not Snyder. No. I'm just saying in terms of that movie is also pretty much all green screen.
Yeah.
But the black and white of it all and all this
Yeah,
stuff
and
is
going for
killer.
the aesthetic of it.
I-
Yeah,
yeah, it's- the Farrelly brothers did Sin City.
that's right. Yeah, that wasn't Yellow Blood.
I gotta be honest. That's a movie that has like fallen out of like the public talking.
Sin City.
But I'm like, I think that's one of the best comic book movies.
It's very good in terms of keeping true to the Frank Miller aesthetic.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think it was, while it was really cool and good, it does have a feeling of because it was a bold choice
Yes.
to do this styling.
Yeah.
And there's a noirish feel here.
Yes.
And it feels almost anthology-esque
Yes, it
because of the
does.
stories, right? I do also think it's of its time in a weird way. Like it's hard to point to anything and go, that's why.
Yeah.
But to me, it fits in this world of like, I know this is a movie you love. I loved it when it came out. I've had no real pull to like revisit it. Smokin' Aces.
Oh, I really like Smoking.
that's
Right?
fun.
Yeah, it's fun. But I feel like there was an era when these things were coming out, and they aren't similar movies.
No, those two are. Yeah,
But
I know what you mean.
there's like there's movies where you're just like, oh, this is very of its time. You know what I mean?
I think it's funny because one thing I do get annoyed at with the current state of film is that so much of even the world of crime and action has been pulled into like fakery and mythical things and magical things like Marvel and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which is why I think John Wick is a little bit of an escape from that.
Sure, yeah.
And
And the Mission Impossible movies.
Mission Impossible and somewhat Fast and Furious, but it's kind of been like too ridiculous.
Fast has
It's
started
flirting.
to turn. Yeah,
It's flirting with that stuff. But for Smoking Aces, I just love the world of like, it's this guy, and everyone wants to kill this guy who's
Yeah.
an informant for the FBI, and there's 7 different groups of killers to get him. That's the kind of thing I miss.
Sure.
You know what I mean? In terms of film, or it's like, it's all, obviously it's crazy, but it's very grounded. No one's super. There's nothing magical happening.
Yeah.
I really love that. And I really like Joe
Yeah.
Carnahan, who was the director. And he did a couple smaller movies after that. I don't know if you saw Stretch.
no.
It was about a limo driver.
Yeah.
I really liked it. And I really liked The Gray, which he also did. But yeah, Smoking Aces, Sin City. I think Sin City is so much better than like The Watchmen. I enjoyed it so much more.
Watchmen's like a very hard thing to adapt. Though. Like Watchmen, they made the movie, and it was one of those things that was called like it's unmakeable.
Yeah,
because
I think
of
so.
what that is. Yeah,
I love the opening credits to Watchmen. I think they're incredible. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll say the series, the Watchmen like later series that HBO did was excellent.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That was
See-
great, and that was also very like we're not gonna do the Watchmen comic books.
No.
We're
Yeah.
not doing this. This is its own thing now. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
there's no way to tackle that.
Right.
I guess I'm comparing them because they were rated R. And there's
Sure.
not a ton of comic book adaptations that are rated R.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, when I think of that period of time, I think of there's certain movies that I'm like, I loved it when it happened, and it felt like it was that period of time. I'm struggling to remember the name of this movie.
Shoot 'em up.
Reefer Madness.
It might have been Shoot 'Em Up.
It's Shoot 'Em Up.
Is it Clive Owen?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shoot 'Em Up.
I could read your mind.
Yeah, and he's basically just Bugs Bunny,
Yeah.
and then you've got Paul Giamatti as Elmer Fudd.
Yeah.
And it was really fun.
It's
Elmer
really-
Fudd who wants to drink breast milk.
Yep. Monica Bellucci, I believe.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna do it,
Yeah.
if you're gonna do it,
I will say that was a little
Italian
weird
milk.
that I knew what movie you were thinking of.
Yes, it
That
was.
is
You
weird,
gave
yeah.
no descriptors whatsoever.
Not. I was eating a carrot when I said it though.
And,
And the-
shooting Brad.
Yes, I'm saying, and then you stabbed the carrot in someone's eye.
And
Yeah.
I was drinking milk from Monica Bellucci. No, there is that era. I think that's a weird one. You know what? Speaking of Clive Owen and that rough period of time, a movie that I wish had more staying power that more people saw. Children of Men.
Yeah.
Me too.
Just a perfect
The
movie.
long
I gotta watch that
take.
again.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta watch that
Amazing.
again. Yeah.
Genuinely fantastic movie.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very good and feels maybe
Prescient.
appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A movie that I only saw casually when I was young and I finally watched in full a couple years ago was
Naked
Heat.
Lunch.
No,
Oh, sorry.
It was Heat.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, Heat's great.
Heat was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Is there a
movie.
Heat 2? And
I don't
that sounds like
think
a bit like. Is there a novel? Or
I
something? There was
believe
a
I want to
follow-up
say
project.
there was a follow up to Heat. Yeah.
I just don't know in what form.
I think it was called Heater.
And then Heatist, remember that?
Heatist was weird.
I'm looking at
That's
You're gonna look it up?
Hedonist.
Yeah. Oh,
And then Hedonist.
Hedonist was different.
That was hot.
Yeah.
I like that one.
it was The Heat. No.
Did you,
Heat 2 is a novel by Meg Gardner and Michael Mann.
Oh, okay.
A crime novel and upcoming film serves as both a prequel and sequel
That's right.
to Michael Mann's
That's what it
1995
is.
crime thriller Heat.
They just announced recently that there's going to be a fucking Heat 2.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, Electric Boogaloo.
I'll tell you an interesting thing. Before I really watched it in full,
Yeah.
I played this game for Xbox. I'm sure it's on PlayStation too. This is for Xbox 360, and it was called Kane and Lynch. Have you ever played it?
Yeah, I remember that.
That character that has the sunglasses and the hair, it's the character from Heat.
It's been a long time.
I
since
had
played
no
it,
idea
but-
until I watched it. It's the character from Heat.
Yeah, that's
and
fun.
Because there's kind of like the regular guy in the suit.
Yeah.
Then there's the crazy guy with the sunglasses and the long hair that kind of like he's the guy from
Yeah.
Heat. He has the same exact mannerisms.
That's
he
great.
looks exactly like. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it until I watched it again, like now, and I'm like having a flashback to a video game I played 20 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's fun.
No, it's a
Yeah.
really good movie. You know what's weird? Heat was playing at my barber's last time I was there. My relationship with my
Yes.
barber is complicated.
Yep.
He's my stepfather, basically.
Yes.
He plays that role in my life. I will say this: an update about my stepfather barber.
Okay.
Who
Step
has
barber.
views I don't agree with.
Right.
It is funny to me to have this person who's extremely like, I don't know, typical not man's man, but like, I don't know, just a guy who's, what, I'm gonna poke the bear a little bit,
Yeah.
I fucking want to. Oh, you doing that? What are you gay? Like
Yeah,
that kind
yeah.
of thing. Okay, fine, whatever. I will say this: our relationship is good.
Good.
Everything's fine.
Good.
We shared a little bit about the passing of my pup.
Oh, that's
because
good.
he has dogs, and I knew that was a thing.
That's nice.
And I found like such a big heart in the guy with that.
Of course. Of
Exactly,
course.
So we do great. I think he's also gotten to know me more because now he doesn't say some of the things he used
Oh,
to
good.
say.
Oh, that's
so I
nice.
think he knows like that fat little gay won't want to hear this, so I'm not going to say.
Little.
Well, he's using a diminutive term.
He's your
because
stepfather.
of yeah, exactly.
I see.
But he is genuinely a nice guy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's a good dude. And the other guy he has working with him, fantastic. So I like going there.
Yep.
But a fun thing, they always are playing movies. They love just playing movies on the screen. I think they both can kind of check in and check
Yeah.
out of it. And multiple times I've gone, I'm like, oh yeah, I got to watch that again.
Oh yeah.
Because I haven't seen it since I was younger. I was a kid or whatever, and I've watched a bunch of movies because of that.
That's fun.
Yeah, and they were watching Heat, and there was a moment where I was like, do I need to see Heat again? No, I just watched it like a couple of years ago. I'm good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it is a thing.
Oh,
I'm
for
also
sure.
getting excited because Finn is getting older.
Yeah.
And he's right on the precipice of turning towards a whole bunch of movies that we get to like unlock.
Yeah.
now. Because
Totally.
he's going to be appropriate for he'll be able to follow it and understand it, stuff like that. And I'm so excited for that because it's coming. But I also feel weird as a man parent. That's what they're called, right?
Yes.
Parent man.
No, that's different.
Oh.
Parent man, he flies around and saves parents.
He fights Arachno.
Yeah, and a child's. He'll fight a child's.
Yep.
But I, as a man parent, there's a part of me that's like, I thought about getting excited for the, like teen comedies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That excites me of being able to share that stuff with him.
Yeah.
But then I had this thought, and maybe this is something good for the podcast. I was thinking about the responsibility there. Like if I sit him down when he's at an appropriate age,
Yeah.
and we watch like American Pie, I want him to have that experience. I think without someone having grown up with all of those movies, maybe they're not going to be put in front of him.
Oh, the
Maybe he would
Horny
overlook.
Boys movies, yeah.
Horny Boy movies. We've
Yep.
talked about them before.
Yes.
But also like other comedies and
Right.
action movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think about that and I'm like, I want him to see those things, but if he sees it with me,
I was just
his
gonna ask.
dad,
Yep.
does that make it not cool anymore?
Well, I thought you were going to go in this direction. We can tackle both. If you watch a movie with your parents and there's nudity or sex in it,
That is a whole other episode of this podcast. We should stop this one now and do a 4-hour episode about how I feel about that.
real quick, just
Yeah.
putting it out
No,
there.
Not
We-
even quick. Let's live in it.
well, the idea of like
Turn the stew up.
we're all feeling comfortable, right? You watch a,
Most of the day, yeah.
no, like you watch a naked movie with your mom. If you're watching American Pie
But
with your mom,
I've never been like, let me go to the genre. Let's see, naked
movie.
well, I was with my mom a couple of years ago, and I was like, man, I haven't watched Being John Malkovich for a long time.
Sure.
Which is great. It's a
Is
great
he
movie.
still being John Malkovich?
So we're watching it. It's great. You know, Cameron Diaz. Then there's like a crazy sex scene from the point of view of the main character, and it's so fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I just forgot about it, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I hate this, whatever. We got past it, whatever. You're a dad who, you know, you want to be cool. You want to play video games with your son, show him cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he would be uncomfortable with that kind of stuff in front of you? Maybe not a sex scene, but like Shannon Elizabeth being naked.
Right. It is tricky. Nudity has not been something he's been introduced to yet.
Right.
He's 11.
Yeah.
The closest we got, I think, we watched Die Hard, and there is one moment where a woman comes out and she doesn't have a shirt on.
Yeah.
She's got boobs.
Really?
Yes.
I don't even remember this.
It's when they first go into the party.
And there's people having
They're-
sex in some room.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
fooling around.
Yeah. And so I had looked up already, what is this? I knew when it was coming, and we jokingly talked about it. And he's great. He understands, because this is why I believe in like showing these kinds of movies and letting him understand it at 11 years old, like John Wick. That's very violent. It's
Yes.
incredibly violent. We went into that with him understanding what that is, and that the violence is fake.
Yep.
It's a movie,
Yep.
all that stuff. And I would make comments throughout the movie every once in a while. If it was an especially violent moment, I'd make a comment about the making or whatever.
Yep.
He's spent more hours now watching making of behind the scenes of John Wick than he has the John Wick movies.
Yeah.
There was just a documentary released
I know, I
called
wanna
Wick is
watch it.
Pain.
Yep.
And I showed him the trailer, and he was like, that day, he was like, can you get it? Where is it? Is it available?
Yeah.
And he knew the day it was coming out, and he was like, it's Wick is Pain Day. We get to watch it. Because he understands this is being made, right?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
So it was all good, but we had the joke where I was like, I got to cover your eyes, buddy.
Yep.
I got to cover your eyes. And he understood, and he gets it. He's not trying to peek or anything
Yep.
like that. It was covered. Then later, there's one scene when they're in the construction level of the building where there's a
Yeah.
a calendar up.
oh wow, yeah,
With some boobies.
And it's like we watched it for the first time in VHS, so we didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like, what is? I think he's running. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think he's running.
Who is that?
Welcome to the party. Oh, that's Bruce. That's Bruce.
I'll give you a little anecdote right after you finish this.
Yeah, but so the poster was there, or the calendar, and I'm like,
Am I going to
do I
Streisand effect
cover?
this?
Do I even? Maybe he doesn't even realize it's there
And it's
yet.
small. It's so
Yeah,
small.
I'm
There's no
like,
focus on it.
And then before I could make a choice, it was already gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, all right, fine, whatever. And he didn't say anything. I looked over at him and nothing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
not even a like, oh. But so that's it. But I do worry with him. Like, I want him to watch those teen comedies. I
Yeah.
want him to watch those and have that experience, because
Yeah.
there's some really fun ones, right?
Oh yeah.
Or movies that do have, you know, nudity or sex scenes.
Well, yeah. It's
But
like you can't
seeing
tell.
a sex scene, what you just brought up,
Yep.
like with a parent, dude. When I was a kid, this is a story. When I was a kid,
Can I tell my VHS
yeah,
story?
anecdote, yeah.
Sorry. So we all have watched Jaws, right?
Yep.
In the beginning,
Yes.
there's a girl that's swimming, and she's technically naked, but you never see anything, right?
Yeah.
We watched the 4K version of Jaws, and there's a shot from under her, and you just see her full vagina. And I'm like,
Was
what?
it full
Yeah.
of?
Water. It's in the
Well, it was
ocean.
the 70s.
Yeah.
Bushy.
And I was like, this is insane. Also, when they shot it, because they're transferring it from the film to the 4K,
Yeah.
what was the intention? Do you know what I mean?
Sure, sure.
Because the intention was we're shooting this girl's vagina, I think. Or were they like, it's going to be so blurry, no one will see it?
I think it's probably that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then, you know, I don't think Steven Spielberg could have said in 1972,
yeah.
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 Hey, around there.
like, you know, one day there's going to be technology to clean all of this up and increase the quality of all of it, and we're going to be able to see stuff.
Well, I have a question. This is a side thing, and I don't know the answer. I don't know if you guys know the answer. I'm under the impression that when they shot movies, like on 35 millimeter, whatever, and they showed them in the theater, they were even sharper than 4K is now. I believe that's true.
I'm not 100% sure. I don't know.
I don't know either,
I don't
but
know.
I thought, because every transfer comes from the original, so how could it be?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
Yep.
I don't know.
That's a question for the audience. Fill us in.
It's a question we should have asked one of our recent guests. They would have known.
Yep.
They would have
Kim?
known. Nope. Keep thinking. Don't say it.
Jimmy the
'cause I
hair
don't
guy.
know when this comes out. Nope. It was a guest we
I
just spoke
see.
to yesterday.
Okay, I get it.
We got it. Okay, so
I have an embarrassing anecdote about watching a horny movie.
Okay, and then I'll hit you with my most embarrassing moment of that horny movie thing.
I would have been 14 years old the year Basic Instinct came out.
Okay.
I knew nothing about what was going on and was watching it with a group of older boys. So I was the youngest in the room, again, 14 years old.
Yeah.
My brother's 16, friends 18, whatever. And so we're settling in to watch the movie, and they're like, "Oh, Bradley's going to be running to the bathroom every 5 minutes." And my response was like, "I know how to hold my bladder." And it was such a I did not know.
And these teen boys are all watching this. They're not watching this for a taut thriller. You know what I mean? They are watching this specifically because they've heard that this is happening.
Yes.
Yeah. 100%.
But I was so smug in my like I know what happens in the bathroom. Like I did not realize it was a horny movie.
Yeah.
And then did
Living
you
life.
find out?
I did find out, and I'm like,
Oh,
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Brad's face froze in shock for 3 days.
Yes.
For 3 days, it was just.
I remember
He
trying
looked like he was frozen in
You know
ice.
they should. They should.
It's the dad. Oh, I don't know if you guys ever saw this show. This is a weird deep pull. Amy Sedaris, Strangers with Candy.
Yes.
Yeah.
The father. Anytime they showed the father,
Yeah.
he's frozen in like in a taxidermy stance. That was
They
was
should have shown a warning at the beginning of the
a
movie.
big flashing one. Yeah.
I'm thinking of Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
Frozen.
One eye in.
Brad.
Oh,
Brad.
it was Bradley to all those people.
Oh, Bradley.
Yeah.
Bradley.
Yep.
Yeah.
Red rum.
Oh, so the one that I saw that sticks with me to this day, and it can't be undone. It was just a moment.
Yep.
It wasn't even a horny movie. All right, I'm just gonna lead you through this, and I'll reveal the movie when we decided to watch it.
Okay.
Okay. So, I loved my grandma very much.
Yes.
She
Yeah.
was a lovely lady, and I was visiting with her, and in Connecticut, and I was young. This had to have been maybe middle school at the very oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably late middle school. So we wanted to go to the video store. You know what I mean? Go to Blockbuster, get a VHS, right? And we're walking through trying to decide what to pick out. I think I had gravitated towards, probably some whatever Blockbuster thing was out there at the time. And then my grandmother was like, "What about this? I heard it was funny, and it's very interesting." It is a very interesting thing because this person has been involved in a lot of things, and I think it would be really interesting. And you said you're interested in audio things and doing that kind of thing.
Okay.
And so she said, "Why don't we rent and watch together, grandmother and grandson, Howard Stern's Private Parts?"
Wow.
It's weird because it says private parts in the title.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like a goof of like, this is my life story.
Yeah.
The Private Parts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? And and he's standing naked in New York City as a giant thing
Yep.
on the cover. But she was like, "Oh, it's Howard Stern. He's a famous New York radio personality."
Yeah.
And she loved New York. She lived in New York a little bit when she was younger. It's incredible. And so she's trying to bond with me in this, like, you're always very creative in these audio things. You've shown me some of the things you've made on your boombox by recording each deck separately.
Yes, of course.
And doing that kind of stuff. I think you'd really like this.
Yeah.
So we sat down. My grandmother and me, probably on the cusp or just entering puberty,
Yep.
sit on the couch and watch on her tiny ass little TV Howard Stern's Private Parts. And I believe it just starts with, I think, Jenna Jameson sitting on a big speaker subwoofer tweeter thing.
Yep.
And him going into the microphone, and she's naked and orgasming.
Yep.
That's how the movie starts. I believe that's where it starts, and then it's him being like, how did I get here? You know what I mean? What?
I know it's Jenna Jameson.
Oh, okay.
I read her autobiography. I suspect there was a ghostwriter involved.
Yeah. But no, it was so wildly uncomfortable.
Yes. Yeah.
We didn't even get like run up.
Yep.
We weren't even like, well, we're in the story. You know, I'm the frozen Bradley. Right?
Yeah.
My grandmother's the frozen Bradley in that part, you know?
You just show next to each other.
That's what I think I would have preferred that. I think
police show up 5 days later. You're both still frozen. The movie's playing on a loop. Oh no, the movie's done, and they're like, "Hey, 7 days."
Hello, and he's here. It's happening again, but it was it was a scarring moment.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
absolutely scarring.
I'm scarred for you.
And like both of us equally uncomfortable for each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I'm a grandkid looking at my grandma, and I'm like, you don't have parts. You're just grandma, you know? And her being like, you're the little baby.
Yeah.
And both of and me not wanting to be like, I'm super into this scene. Right? I think this is cinema.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll get a similar one.
But real quick, all she said was like, well, he was, you know, he liked to push the boundaries and stuff like that. And I'm like, yes. But at the end of the movie, and thankfully she had such a good sense of humor. It was a running joke for us. It wasn't like, well, I guess we lock this memory away forever. Yeah. But I never want to experience that ever again in my life.
Yep. So that's the thing. I have a similar thing.
Yeah.
And I'll bury the lead too. My grandfather, my papa.
Yeah.
He wanted to take me and my brother Denny to a movie in 1998.
Okay.
It was
this is before Denny moved to San Francisco, right? Mm-hmm, and started hanging out with Mark and Tommy Wiseau.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And so in 1998, I'm 14.
Yes.
And he's like, I heard this movie is really funny. It's a huge thing at the box office. Everyone's talking about it. I want to bring you and your brother. So Denny's 5 years younger than me. I'm 14. He's 9.
Okay. All right.
And he brings me to this rated R movie, directed by the Farley brothers, starring Cameron Diaz. Mm-hmm. There's something about Mary.
Yeah.
Could be 98, could be 99. I'm pretty confident it's 98. Yeah. And that's a pretty sexual movie. You have the close-up of Ben Stiller's balls and dick being zippered into the thing.
That I'm okay with.
Yeah, it's silly.
I think so, because it is silly.
Yeah.
Then you have the jizz on the ear.
Yep.
Difficult.
And he's masturbating.
Yes, difficult.
Then you at least see the old woman's fake, gross, disgusting boobs. Right. I don't know if you see Cameron Diaz's boobs in that one. I don't know. No. But there's at least those three things, and it's just a very sexual comedy in general. And we watched it all together, 9, 14, 27 years ago, he's 100. So
73.
73.
Wow.
And we walk out to
he's like, don't worry about it. None of us could do a damn thing about this.
So we walk out to the car, and he goes, you know what the problem is? They think sex is funny. And I went like this. It is.
Yeah. And you're humping the side of the car.
It was insane.
Yeah, it's so difficult. You know what else is interesting? Like, I do think movies had more... We've talked about this previously. Movies had more sex in them.
For sure.
More talking about it, referencing it, showing it, whatever. And so now I do feel like when a scene comes up, it's like, oh my. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I feel prurient about it, like where I'm like, oh dear.
So if a real sexual thing comes up with you and Finn watching it, maybe you don't expect it. Maybe it's a new movie.
Yeah. Do you check like a parent's guide or anything
he
before
said
you?
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like Die Hard
for any movie. I mean, if you were
no,
like
not any movie. Because I mean, if he's like, I want to see Wild Robot, I'm like, is there fucking in Wild Robot?
That's the wild part.
Oh, you do see the robot's plug?
But let's say one of them
full plug is what it says.
One of them flies under the radar,
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about when he's 11, maybe when he's 13.
Sure.
And you guys are watching it together and there's something like that.
Yeah.
Are you guys both humiliated or what do you think?
Nah, I think our relationship is very much because I've been through that.
Yeah.
I can look at him and be like, dude, I get it. You know, I think he has a good sense of humor. We can joke about it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. One thing I thought of, what I can't do, what I could do with like friends, but you know, he's my son and I'm his father.
Right.
You
So,
can't perv out.
I wasn't gonna say that.
But Chuck is right. You can't
I
do
guess
that.
so, yeah.
You can't. Oh man,
But
I would love to
can't-
perv out.
I can't like watch a movie with him and be like, we talked about this off mic. Recently, we brought up. It must be out by now. Dennis the Menace and the graphic, disgusting.
I keep forgetting to watch it.
The bean scene.
He's
Yeah.
force feeding a hobo beans.
Yeah, the bean scene.
Yeah.
Christopher Lloyd is the hobo.
Yeah.
But it's okay because he's bad.
Marty,
Yeah, Marty, I'm so full of beans.
you
sure are, Doc.
We gotta go back before someone force fed beans.
Yeah. We don't have enough plutonium. I don't think we need it anymore. So, I mean, that's a graphic scene.
Yeah.
But like, I joked about it off mic, how when I saw that movie when it came out, I had such a crush on Leah Thompson.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I'm like, that's the hottest she's ever been.
Right.
Is in Dennis the Menace
Yeah.
playing his mom. And
It
I'm
happens.
like, it like unlocked a thing for me where I'm like, I love this. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It was a thing. I can't watch like that and be like, dude, she's so hot. Right? Like, I can't do that.
You can't perv out.
No, because I'm like, I'm married to your mom. You know what I mean? Hey, you know who I would not. I love your mother. You know what I mean?
In a vacuum.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have a dad growing up, and I didn't have older men around.
Right.
Yeah.
I only grew up with my mom, my grandmother, my great grandmother. So I had an innate like sexless view. I cannot espouse anything. I
Right.
can't say like, oh wow, you know what I mean? I can't. It's because it's just women and they don't understand. And to be honest about my family, my mother and my grandmother, so repressed with that stuff.
Yeah.
The most repressed people.
Yeah.
So even acknowledging sex
Yeah.
was I think my mom lied to herself for my later teen years when I was sexually active.
Right.
That it just wasn't happening, and she was just gone, and it was so yeah. Growing up, it was all repressed. I remember hitting puberty. This is very embarrassing. I hit puberty, and then there was a Victoria's Secret commercial on the TV
Yep.
in the living room, and I was watching it. And my mom saw me, and then she said, "Close your mouth," right? Because I Looney Tunes like, right? I'm just staring at. But I had only repression, only
Yes.
Yep.
guilt, only shame to have anything because of that. I didn't have an older man going, "She's hot."
Yeah.
So to me, it's so weird.
Yeah.
It is still to this day, unless I'm with like close friends, being like. Wow, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Even now, I'm like, I can't.
Brad lives like that.
I do. I'm an adult man.
You're going to explode.
Feel guilty for finding a woman attractive.
He sure does.
Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna say same repression. My dad, when he tried to give me like the talk,
Yep.
I remember him being like, "So," he's like, "I think that it's time for me to tell you about sex." I went, "Please don't do this."
Oh, dude, that's happening for Finn now. We should end on this
We need to
because
leave,
we're in
yeah.
this. I'm going to blow up his spot a little bit. I hope
okay.
none of his friends at school listen to Funbearable.
Yeah, right.
I hope they do, because future customers.
Future customers,
There's
and also
that.
maybe they've learned some things, right?
Yes.
Maybe on the playground.
You're like, hey, that's a boy crime.
Yeah.
or they could be like, "Let's perv out together."
Or they could just be like, damn, that chick's hot. Relax, it's a fucking boy crime, right? And they just, oh shit, I think I hate this.
Yeah.
So he's reaching, he's pre, he's pre-puberty. He's like right there.
Yep.
They had a puberty week at school for health class
Yeah.
where they go over puberty for
Yep.
kids. They're like, listen up. Here's what's going to happen. And we asked him about it, and he's just like, I don't know. They just talked about like our bodies change, feelings, and they talked about. Maybe I shouldn't tell you guys. They talked about pubic hair.
Yep.
And I'm like, yep, okay. And he's like, so I'm gonna get these pubic hairs and stuff. And we had already explained these things to him.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I already have a couple, right? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's a Lambo in my driveway, right?
That is
He's
funny.
like, I already have a couple, and I'm like, oh, okay, because I'm not like inspecting my son's genitals,
Right.
Yeah.
Not. We're slacking on it. You know what I mean? We haven't been filling out the form.
He's not competing in any track meets, so no need.
We're letting it slide.
Yeah.
So he said, I can't believe we're going to end here with me doing like a kids say the darndest, but he said he named he named
Chuck and Brad.
He named the big one, right? And he named it Goliath.
It makes sense.
That's the best thing I've heard in my life.
Oh my god.
That is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
I'm embarrassed for him at this moment. I feel bad telling the story. So listen, Funbearable viewers and listeners, you need to promise me right now. You need to make a pact, a Funbearable pact with us.
Oh my god.
We keep this secret, okay? We aren't going to clip that moment, even though it was a big laugh.
Yep.
Because it's just, I would feel very embarrassed. So, yeah. So that's what's going on in my house. It's like, so I got a pube named Goliath, guys. It's just me and G. Let's do this.
I'll tell one last very quick thing.
Okay.
When I was young and they were showing like, here's your dick, here's your balls, your pubic hair, you're
It
gonna
was
have
those
change.
Polaroids at the police station, right? We got you dead to rights, Staten. Take a look at this. Here's your dick. Here's your balls. Here's your butthole.
You know how like sometimes I misunderstand things and I tune in and out. So I'm watching this thing and they're explaining it, and somehow, after watching this whole thing about how my body's going to change and having sex and stuff like that, I don't know how, I was terrified of having sex because I thought that your balls come out through your dick and impregnate someone and go back in. And I was like
a lizard's
I never
tongue?
want to do this. It's fucked up. And I really was like, how could this happen? I'm inspecting my urethra. I'm like, there's no way.
They won't fit.
It was just
You were
'cause
right.
I just
There is no
I
way.
just get nervous about sperm, and I thought that my balls were sperm.
Yep.
It was
Yep.
really confusing.
And you only had the two.
Yeah, and I couldn't
It
even
was like
talk.
a shotgun. You got two, and that's it.
I didn't talk to anyone about it.
No.
Which is also
No, yeah.
There was a period where I was so fascinated with this idea as an adult, and I would ask people once in a while, like after a comedy show or something, I would bring it up. There was like a bit for a minute that I was working on, but it didn't go anywhere. Just like what you thought genitals, like the opposite sex's genitals looked like when you were young enough where it was like so far away from a possible viewing of it.
and we have no pornography.
Yeah.
Right. So like before I had ever seen a naked woman, what did I think their business looked like? Because quite genuinely, I thought it was a lower belly button. I thought it was another belly button.
I'm with Ray.
And I thought to do sex, you simply just go straight forward, like because mine comes shooting out this way.
Yeah.
So it's got to be like an outlet, just clunk. So you thought it was another belly button.
Absolutely, yeah. Very a Lego block situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine my surprise when I found Woods porn.
Yep.
Right. A child of the late '80s, early '90s. So I found the Woods porn, opened it up, and it was like
Yeah.
So that's really it's different than
Yeah.
what I thought it was, but not totally.
Yeah.
What did you think it was?
I think I was preoccupied with my balls coming out of my dick.
Yeah, you were too
really-
like I can't even think.
I don't want to know.
If that's gonna happen to me, what the fuck is gonna happen to her? No, don't worry. Yours don't come out. Hers goes in. Pulls them out.
It was just as bad.
Yeah, but I am fascinated. You know what? Viewer, listener of Funbearable, not okay. So here's your homework. speak nothing of what I told you about what my son's pubes are. Oh God, that sounds so terrible when you just lay it out there.
Really does, yeah.
That's a secret just for us, just for the deep dive listeners. And then homework number 2, please send us an email or write to us on social media what you thought the opposite sex's genitals looked like.
Or if you had any misconceptions about sex.
Yeah.
That's
Women,
fun.
I want to hear what you thought.
That's a full episode.
Yeah.
At
Yeah,
least. Yeah.
it's like boy crimes adjacent.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh,
Funbearable
boy crimes
pod.
SUV.
Funbearable pod.
STU.
Sorry. Oh yeah.
Oh,
No, ours is
SUV.
different.
Yeah.
Ours is different.
We're doing it in the back. Funbearablepod@gmail.com to write in. Do
Yes.
that.
Sexual ultra victims.
Thank you all so much for sticking around with us. We really appreciate it. For Ray Harrington and Chuck Staten, I'm Brad Rohr saying thank you so much, and we're sorry for being Funbearable.
Did you guys have any names for your?
No.
Pubes when you-
I never got one.
I had a name for my penis. Clit Eastwood.
Terrible.
Did you say clit? So the name for your penis was a completely different anatomy?
I told you I tuned in and out.
Yeah, you're like, as soon as you saw that, you're like, I got nothing to worry about. This thing's massive.
This thing is almost as big.
This thing's 2-3 times the size of that.
I have more of a problem with you knowing who Clint Eastwood was at that age.
I just love the pun.